From an incredibly young age, my mind has been occupied with complex and outlandish inquiries. When I lived with my aunt, she used to rattle my mind with her abstract philosophical thoughts, influenced by her experiences with LSD, psilocybin, and living on the streets. I started to recognize that the reality which I observe with my five senses might not be the full truth of what the universe entails. And throughout my extensive research in the field of quantum physics, I started to learn about the physics that questions physics. Plato's allegory of the cave is something that heavily reinforced my skepticism of truth and reality. Plato says, "In every way, then, such prisoners would recognize as reality nothing but the shadows of those artificial objects." In the same way that Plato's theoretical prisoners are held captive from the truth of their surroundings, I found it hard to accept the reality that my five senses engulf me in, whilst the influence of psychedelics and quantum theory told me that reality lies elsewhere. Despite the strength and skepticism regarding my reality, Aristotle's selections definitely challenged my unique philosophical thought. Aristotle reminds me a lot of Newton. Being someone who strongly believed in the truth of the human experience, it would make sense to compare him to the man who founded the principles that define the human experience. Aristotle stated that practical wisdom is concerned with the truths of human action. The approach that Aristotle took to understanding truth helped shape my thought process as well. It allowed me to dial back my skepticism and indulge in the beauty of the human experience. Tying this all together, Sophocles' Theban plays, more specifically Oedipus the King, rounded out my journey of debating abstract and more down-to-earth philosophical views. This also left me with some pretty strong food for thought. In some sense, Sophocles definitely illustrates the point of ignorance being bliss. In Oedipus the King, Oedipus exclaims to Tiresias, "For the love of God, don't turn away, not if you know something. We beg of you, all of us, on our knees." Oedipus's longing for the truth is rejected by Tiresias because he knows that in this case, the ignorance of his knowledge is for his own good. This has me thinking, if the truth lies within more abstract topics, such as quantum physics, then will the development of modern technology, such as quantum computing, lead to our civilization's downfall? Is it in our best interest to be ignorant of our truths, the same way that it was for Oedipus? These are the questions that still stand.